Chapter 20 is a short one, but it is a very good one. It is a great lesson learner for Scout and Dill at this time. After Dill is sick to his stomach, he runs outside with Mr. Dolphus Raymond, and Scout has always been told that he was an evil man. Back in chapter 16, I think that's the first time we learn about him and how he likes to hang out with all the black people, even though he's white and he prefers their company and he has mixed children. And she's been taught, not by Atticus, but by society, that that is wrong. And so she's a little skeptical about Dill talking to him, and she follows him out, and Mr. Raymond invites Dill to have a drink of his Coke. And so the rumor has it is that he drinks whiskey and Coke in there in his brown paper sack. And so she's, mad, and she's speaking in her head about how he likes to corrupt children, I guess, too. And he's kind of giggling because I think he senses this and he knows it's just Coca-Cola. And so once Dill confirms that it's just Coca-Cola, which is a delicacy in this time period during the Great Depression, and this man is a rich man and he owns lots of land and his own business. And so he finds it a little fascinating that they, believe the rumors and such. But then Scout asks him why he pretends that it's alcohol, and why does he go along with it? And he goes, oh yes, why do I pretend? I pretend because some people do not like the way that I live. And so he explains that it's easier to lie and to give them a reason for his behavior than it is to just argue against what they're saying. And so people leave him alone and they let him live his life because they have a reason. Oh, he's just drunk. He doesn't know any better. He's not in his right mind. And so that allows him to have a much better life. And so he goes, one of these days, to Dill, you'll understand, and you won't be so sad and cry all the time. And he goes, cry about what? And he starts to act kind of tougher, and I think he's feeling better about the situation after talking to Mr. Dolphus Raymond. And he goes, cry about the heck that other people give other people, especially the heck that white people give colored folks, without even stopping to think that they're humans. And so they're really getting a life lesson on how people should be treated, even though society has told them for years that you're supposed to treat colored people or black people differently. And then Scout likes to chime in, and she tries to show off what she's been taught by Atticus. And she says, Atticus says that cheating a black man is way worse than cheating a white man. And Mr. Raymond kind of corrects her, and he goes, I don't think it is. I think it's just as bad to cheat anybody. And anyway, so then they realize that they're missing the courtroom and the court hearing. And so they run back in and they tell him thank you. And then she punches Jim and she goes, how long has Atticus been at it? And he goes, oh, he's just starting. And so basically, Atticus is beginning his closing statement, and it's an epic closing statement. So if I were you, I would go to page 231 and I would read it. And he starts with, gentlemen, he shall be brief, even though it's actually kind of long. And he really makes them question the fact that to do the right thing and to realize that there's no evidence here. There's no medical evidence. There's, only Bob Ewell and Mayella Ewell's word against Tom Robinson's. And, who's the credible witness? Obviously, it's Tom and not Mayella and Bob. And so he really tries to appeal to their senses and appeal to the fact that they should do the right thing and that they need to equal all of the different governments and organizations, for lots of change needs to come. And so he preludes to that as well. And so he says, you all are God-fearing, good, honest people, and you need to make the right decision. And so the chapter ends that way with him finishing his closing statement. And the last thing, Dill reaches over and he says, look yonder. Here comes Calpurnia, and she is walking up the aisle straight toward Atticus. And that is how the chapter ends.